This wickedly sharp thriller is a trope triumvirate. It blends the Monkey Paw's trope with a nice guy cuck fantasy and a batshit crazy love interest. This fascinating case study by Curry Baker is about damaged characters that are put in uncomfortable situations where they're given multiple outs but refuse to take them because they're narcissists, losers, and assholes. It follows Bear, played by Michael Johnston. He's a pussy, a cuck, and a kinda loser. A 20-something guy who owns a cat. Yeah, he's a cat gentleman. The story begins with this total cuck expressing how absolutely infatuated he is with his 6 or maybe even 7 named Nikki. Indy Navarrete gives a masterclass in range, intensity, and horror throughout this film. I went back and forth on whether Bear's motivation was complete narcissism and ego or just some attachment and abandonment neurosis, especially since he's a cat gentleman who actually has a girl that for some reason wants to get with him. His admirer, Sarah, played by Megan Lawless, is the only good person in this whole damn film. After his cat Sandy ODs on medication, probably trying to get away from her owner's crazy hijinks, and Nikki tells him she's quitting the job they work together at, Bear decides to finally uncuck himself and have the big talk with her after this trivia night they frequent. Before meeting Nikki, Sarah, and his best friend Ian, he stops at a gift shop, aka a murder shop, to pick up a crystal necklace for his obsession. What a pussy. And he stumbles onto a one-wish willow. More like a pussy willow, know what I mean? Please subscribe. He finally gets her alone after volunteering to drive her home, but can't bring himself to be a man about it, even after she point blank asks him if he has romantic designs on her.
I want to be on you.
Then she walks away barely affected by his lack of masculinity. Still suffering from the caticide and emotional blue balls, this stunted man-child resorts to the act of desperation, using the one-wish willow. I'm still not sure what the director was saying about Bear's motivation. Did Bear actually think that there was any chance the willow would make Nikki's lady parts sing for him? Or was it just some chance for him to get a dopamine hit for the night as he emotionally masturbated to the thought of his lady love being as enamored with him as he was with her? Either way, the girl returns to the car confused and a bit unbalanced, and that's not just because she's a typical woman. She was losing control of her faculties. I imagine this power was invading her body like some kind of magic virus.
It's like a virus.
The director brilliantly portrays a young woman's emotional immune system in shock as her body tries to reject the one-wish willow's power, but she ultimately succumbs. The rest of the film shows us the horror of manufactured consent and the consequences of unearned love. This is a story about forcing reciprocity in a relationship that was never mutual. Bear doesn't just get Nikki to fall in love with him. He gets a girlfriend whose entire operating system has been rewritten to please and possess him. Navarrete is masterful in her portrayal of Nikki and the possessed woman intoxicated by Bear's wish. She embodies the Yandir archetype and is genuinely tragic. After the initial shock, the girl comes around and becomes the perfect girlfriend. But like in life, that doesn't last. She quickly turns possessive and violent. Also like in life, her agency was stolen, and most humans don't like that shit. Regardless of whether Nikki wants to be free of this curse, it becomes clear that Bear prefers this hollow, insane version of her to feed his narcissism and spare him from rejection. What adds to the plot so well is the black humor woven into the story as friends begin to notice how batshit she's becoming, and Bear's nonchalant, creepy, laissez-faire attitude and constant excuses for behavior. Man, it's like watching a toned-down version of Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande in whatever they have going on.
Not the time, helicopter!
It all comes to head in the third act and leaves you thinking about all the different ways these asshats could have avoided their fates. I mean, what about a prostitute that looks like Nikki, Bear? Did you think about that before you created this psycho love zombie? Damn, bro. It was made for an estimated $750,000. Yeah, and in its second week, it took the #1 spot held by a film about an overrated puppet and Grogu. And the budget of that film was about $160 million. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 reels for story, character development, and the creative way they retold this Monkey Paw themed tale. The film matters because storytellers have been asking the same question for a long fucking time. What if you got exactly what you wanted? It kinda reminds me of films like Click, but darker tone of course, where the protagonist bypasses all the challenges and heartaches that lead to a fulfilled life. That's what matters, even more than actual success, the journey and spiritual development. Bear is damaged and wants the easy way out. He gets it, but realizes there are no shortcuts in life, and if you find one, for fuck's sake, run away. Did any of you see it? If not, I hope you will. Let me know what your thoughts on my analysis are in the comments down below. And as always, keep watching movies.